As the courtroom doors swung shut behind me, every eye locked on my crisp Navy JAG uniform, like a ghost had just stormed the battlefield. I strode in, the weight of my insignia pressing against my chest, medals gleaming under the fluorescent lights. My parents, Victor and Maria, sat in the fourth row, whispering. Victor, the former marketing mogul who'd always dismissed my path as a reliable fallback, chuckled softly, leaning toward my mom. "Look at her in that get-up," I imagined him murmuring. Maria, ever the peacemaker craving simplicity, just exhaled wearily, her face etched with that old mix of concern and mortification, as if I were a kid in a Halloween costume at a wedding. I pushed it aside, heels clicking on the tile as I claimed my spot near the state's attorneys. Judge Harlan ascended the bench, robes billowing, and intoned, "Docket 26 CR 00412, United States versus Marcus Vargas." His gaze swept the room, then halted on me. Time froze. He adjusted his bifocals, voice dropping to a stunned hush. "My word. Lieutenant Commander Vargas, the Shadow Veil lead." The marshals at his side stiffened into rigid salutes, the room's atmosphere crackling with unspoken awe. Flashback 3 weeks, our mandatory family brunch, a ritualistic throne for my brother Marcus, the slick venture capitalist who charmed his way through life. Indicted for securities fraud and breaching the international traffic in arms regulations by funneling sensitive drone tech via offshore proxies, he shrugged it off like a minor glitch. "Just red tape pop," he said, spearing his eggs. Victor beamed, slapping his back. "That's my innovator. Your fancy firm will crush this." Heard the lead investigators, some desk jockey, probably a quota filler gunning for glory. Marcus flashed his trademark grin at me. "Hey, law shark, you dabble in that stuff. Swing by court, grab my guy some lattes." Laughter erupted from my parents, genuine and cutting, like I'd been the punchline all along. I smiled thinly, rage simmering beneath. They saw his lavish loft, funded by their investments, while my law school nights meant bartending shifts. His flops. Bold moves. My wins. "That's cute, hon." They had no clue. That desk jockey was me, the architect of his downfall. My worlds collided in shadows. Victor labeled Marcus's disasters, like torching $75,000 of their savings on a bogus AI venture, as pioneering grit. At a yacht bash, he toasted it, gotta crack shells to make gains. Yet he'd balked at guaranteeing my bar prep loans. Maria framed his fleeting Forbes blurb like a masterpiece, while my commissioning as an officer. A distracted "good job, dear. Oh, Marcus needs paint swatches for his Porsche." I wasn't Elena the afterthought. In a fortified bunker at Naval Station Norfolk, amid encrypted terminals and humming vents, I briefed admirals and DOJ brass. "Gentlemen," I'd said, laser-focused, "Marcus Vargas has jeopardized classified avionics through a Cayman shell. We have the intercepts from Shadow Veil." Colonel Ramirez's gravelly nod. "This edges on betrayal. Make him the poster child." Ethics demanded I recuse from prosecuting kin. Hollow relief washed over me, until Marcus's shark attorneys filed to quash, slamming my probe as biased amateurism from a resentful sibling. Ramirez called, "Their ploy backfired. Judge wants you testifying on your affidavits." Court day, I perched up front, family oblivious in the pews. Marcus's counsel boomed, "Dismissal, Your Honor. This stems from shoddy work by Lieutenant Commander Elena Vargas, a grudge-fueled hack." Victor's snicker choked off as Judge Harlan thundered, "Counsel, you're alleging incompetence from the officer who earned the DOJ's top honor for dismantling the Crimson Blade Syndicate? We lecture on Shadow Veil at academies." The air thickened. Harlan brandished my 250-page dossier. "This is flawless jurisprudence on tech smuggling. You dare call it tainted?" Turning to me, Commander Vargas, ready to affirm. I rose, uniform like steel. Marcus deflated, Victor gaped, half standing in reflexive deference before collapsing. Counsel withdrew frantically, denied. On the stand, I dissected every bite, statute, and breach. No flair, just precision. Cross-exam? Silent surrender. Harlan's verdict. Motion obliterated. Defendants a flight hazard, remanded. Cuffs snapped. Marcus wept quietly. My parents shattered, Victor's world crumbling, Maria's sobs piercing. A year on, my door reads Captain Elena Vargas, heading elite cyberthreat prosecutions. Teaching Shadow Veil to cadets, I'm the benchmark, surrounded by a chosen family of excellence. An email from Victor. Captain. We watched your congressional testimony. So proud. We were blind. The words I'd craved? Empty echoes. I'd forged my own worth.